All right, let's go live to Sky Eye right now. This is over Southwest Houston. This is a chase in progress. We're bringing this as breaking news happening right now. You can see that black sedan right there, and it is not stopping. We are not sure how long this chase has been going on, but we're venturing to find that out right now. But you can see Houston police right behind. Yeah. Again, Southwest Houston, and that's all we know about. I don't know what
prompted the chase.
Yeah, and what highways are we talking about here, James? I'm not sure, but it looks like he's slowing down, but he may just be, making a U-turn right there.
And Andy Bass is in Sky HD. We'll send it to you now, Andy. What do you see?
Well, right now he just did a U-turn, complete U-turn. We're now on the eastbound side of the South Belt feeder road. We were on the westbound side. Now he just did a U-turn underneath that, underneath the belt. Now we're back on eastbound of the feeder road of the South Belt. We picked him up at 288 in the belt when we joined the chase a couple of minutes right before we hit the air. A couple of HPD officers behind him. We're not too sure what this person did, why they're chasing him, or why he's running from the HPD police right now. But that's where we're at. We're in Southwest Houston on the eastbound side of the feeder road of the South Belt.
You know, before we actually went to you, it doesn't look like he's like going extremely high rate speed here. He's just kind of cruising along, maybe just a little above the speed limit. But have you seen any really high rate of speed here through this chase?
Nothing too out of control right now, Art. Like I said, when we joined the chase, it was pretty status quo of what you see right now. He's not doing high rates of speed, not going in and out of traffic, not doing a whole lot of shimmy-shamming around town like we have seen in the past of him. He's starting to pick up a little bit of speed right now, but they've got a couple of intersections ahead of us that I can see. So hopefully there might be get some spikes up there and try to get this guy to stop. It is a late Chevrolet sedan type thing, and now he's now going southbound on this little road here.
He's into some, when he gets into these residential areas, that's when it becomes really, really scary here, because especially if there are any children out there, they start racing around on these residential roads. Fortunately, it doesn't appear as though he's going at a really high rate of speed still. This is a speed chase. He's broken the law in some degree. We are not sure how it initiated and what prompted the entire chase, but he is clearly not stopping for police.
And we know the chase has been going on for about 15 minutes, that it started at South Braeswood. And again, as Art said, we don't know what prompted the chase, but he appears to be in a residential type area now. It appears to be sort of a slow speed chase there, Andy.
Exactly right, Samika. He is definitely through this residential area. It did slow down quite a bit. There are now a couple of more HPD officers in the back of him. He's going through this residential area, and hopefully he's being a little bit more cautious because, as Art said, there could be children playing, possibly running out of the street, young children that aren't in school right now. But it looks like he's going to start coming back on the northbound side of this road that we're over. I still haven't quite figured out exactly where we're at. I can tell you that we're south of the belt. And a little bit west of, it appears, 288. So we're still in the same area that we picked him up at, but you can see more officers are starting to join the chase behind him.
All right, so south of the belt, he's not too far from where he originally began, but in some cases it looks like he's on a Sunday leisure stroll here. Not really high rate of speed. I almost thought he was going to make another U-turn and go in circles. I mean, this guy's doing a lot of U-turns, Andy, and so he almost looks like a driver who's lost and not sure where to go.
Exactly. You can see all the tow trucks just waiting for him as well, and on the secondary roadways. But yeah, it looks like he's just looking for his house or looking for a lost dog. It doesn't look like he doesn't realize that he's being chased by HPD right now. Which is never a good sign. Yeah,
and those tow trucks, that's a good indication. Anytime you potentially will have a wreck, those tow trucks will be there. So.
And picking up a little speed now. We see people there along the sidewalks, and we did see a school bus there, and picking up a little bit of speed, but again, slowing down again. And here comes a lot of traffic here at this stop sign, this intersection. He's going right into the intersection there. Again, not sure what prompted this chase. We do know it started at South Braeswood. It's been going on for a little over 15 minutes now, and you can see HPD on his trail there.
All right, so Andy, to get a more specific location here, we are south of the Beltway. Well, now it looks as though he's going inside the Beltway. Is that right? And what's the intersection?
He just went back underneath the belt. Now he's back on the westbound side of the feeder road of the belt.
Okay.
I believe this was I'm not too sure which road this is, but I can tell you that HPD's helicopter just joined the chase now. So now we got a couple of eyes up here with us.
Okay.
So he's not going to go too far, but he's definitely back on the westbound side, approaching Post Oak on the south feeder road of the South Belt.
Okay. All right. So he's on the South Belt, headed westbound now. If he continues to travel along this route, eventually he's going to be circling and heading north. But right now on a frontage, and there's a lot of construction here on the South Belt, so he's not able to really enter the freeway. But at some point, he might find an entry ramp here, and we'll see if he gets on.
And go ahead, and Andy, it appears that he is picking up a little bit more speed now.
Well, as he's on the feeder road, yeah, he's got a pretty much a wide open lane right there. As Art just mentioned, there's a lot of construction on the South Belt along the feeder road and the main lanes of the South Belt. We got to do some construction coming up here as well. There's, he could go on the, take the feeder road all the way again, possibly on the South Belt to make it to the West Belt. He could take 59 prior to that. There's a lot of directions that he could possibly go. Let's see what he's going to do at this intersection. This should be the Post Oak intersection that we saw. Let's see if he's going to do another U-turn. Or make a left on the Post Oak, and that's where he looks like he's probably doing his south on Post Oak.
All right, so now he's headed
right now
south on Post Oak, just south of the Beltway. All right, well, let's see what he does here. He's under there. Now he's getting back. He's going around in circles. Headed back now. He's headed eastbound on the feeder road of the South Belt. Is that correct, Andy?
That's correct. He's back to headed eastbound from Post Oak.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's just doing a large circle right now.
Yeah, and he's really stayed in this entire South Belt area, and he veered off into residential streets, for a few blocks, but then just came right back around and is doing some more loops. So.
And we're working to see what actually prompted this chase. Again, we don't know that yet, but we do know it started at South Braeswood, and it started about, I guess, maybe a little more, almost 20 minutes ago, and it's been going sort of at a slow speed. As we mentioned, he's been circling around here and even entered a residential area at a very slow speed, but we do see HPD on his trail here, and it has been going this way for about almost 20 minutes now.
Sometimes... Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, really, I mean, he's using his turn signal. He's being very cautious about this chase, so that's always a decent sign that he might, just pull over eventually and end this without any harm to anyone else. We've seen it end peacefully. We've seen it not end peacefully from up here in Sky High. I'm hoping this ends peacefully momentarily, but it doesn't look like he's going very fast. Not a lot of traffic on the eastbound side of the feeder road of the South Belt.
I mean, the feeders...
and he keeps putting his...
Yeah. As you say, he's putting his turn signals on, and now he's heading. Now he's headed northbound under the Beltway again, and we'll see if he makes another left. There he goes. He's going to get dizzy if he continues to do this for a while, But now he's headed westbound again on that westbound feeder of the South Beltway, and he is doing circles. And he doesn't, as you say, Andy, he doesn't seem all that determined. And I keep saying he. I don't know who this is. It could be he, she, whatever. But does not seem, as we've seen in the past with other car chases, those drivers who are extremely determined to get away and to make every attempt in doing so. He's probably driving posted speeds. I mean, we don't know that, but it's, posted speeds would be 55 right along the feeder.
Yeah, he could be driving posted speeds. I mean, it's not, you see him passing that guy, but that guy was definitely slowing down a little bit, so it's very hard to get a pinpoint of exactly how fast he's going. And numerous HPD officers still, right behind him as well. The HPD helicopter's up with us, so, he's not going to go very far. He keeps going circles like that. Eventually he's going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
And Andy, do we know exactly where he is right now?
He is still on the westbound side of the South Belt feeder road, approaching Post Oak again. So he's just in this little area between Post Oak, and I believe that that back one is maybe Orem or something along those lines. Maybe Kirby back there.
Now here's Post Oak again. Well, now he's going to go north on Post Oak, right?
Okay, something new.
Yeah, breaking away here from the norm.
Still going at a relatively slow speed here. Is he entering a relatively residential area now, or?
I'm going to pull back a little bit. It's not residential. It got a couple of buildings and, some industrial buildings that looks like along Post Oak on the northbound side. He's going to get into some a little bit heavier traffic as I look out of the Sky Eye window. I can definitely tell you he's going to get a little bit more traffic. More traffic lights here, obviously on Post Oak than on the feeder road or the belt itself. So I'm sure there's some intersections that are going to get very busy as he continues.
South on Post Oak, it's largely industrial, and then he'll get into some commercial areas, but now he's turning around again. So he's headed southbound on Post Oak, and really not a lot of traffic in these areas, just moving along at just about posted speeds, but going through lights. I haven't seen police prepared to put any stripes down or tax down or.
We have not seen that either, Art. No one's attempt to put down some tax or strips yet, to get him to stop. So, maybe they just want him to get on a long straightaway and maybe get some spikes down in front of him. But he keeps turning, so I don't know if they have time to set up.
Right. Well, Andy, and we've been following this for about, a little over 20 minutes now, and it started at South Braeswood, is our understanding there. We're seeing is he going the wrong way on the street here? Maybe turning into this.
He's going to go check in and get some gas.
Turning into the gas station, and well, hopefully this is ending here, but he's turning into the gas station and now turning out of the gas station.
Yeah, there he goes, yeah.
Going back into the main road, and really? There's that traffic. There's
back
the traffic.
Into traffic, and now back onto the feeder road at the South Belt.
Now
this is going to make that Huey.
This is the most confusing high-speed or slow-speed chase I think I've ever seen. This guy doesn't appear to know where he's going.
He's hopping the curb here.
See, now this is...
And now headed...
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Now he's definitely driving the wrong way. He's now in the southbound lanes, heading northbound. Now he's back in the northbound lanes.
Right.
So now he's... Okay, that was a little erratic for him.
Yeah, that was, because he's been generally pretty calm here, but that was pretty unusual.
And again, we don't know.
To go over the median.
we don't know what prompted this chase. We're trying to actually figure all of this out and trying to figure out why he's running in the first place. It's been going on for a little more than 20 minutes at times, a slow speed chase, and as you saw there just a few minutes ago, that's the first sign of anything really erratic as far as this person is concerned. The suspect here, not sure where he's going here.
Back.
Okay.
Southbound back to Post Oak.
Yeah, his moves are so predictable now. You would think by now they can put out some spikes somewhere along this area, because he seems to be either, right now, circling Post Oak up and down, and you see the officers sort of stationed around this area.
You could actually see the business owners coming out and taking a look at it, because obviously they see the commotion on Post Oak, so a lot of the business owners and a lot of patrons are coming out to take a look on it too. Then that can also get dangerous if people are out on the sidewalks and this guy's not paying attention and just trying to get away from the cops. That can become very dangerous if they're not careful.
And
so he is approaching now. This is the south, there's the Beltway again, the South Beltway.
Back underneath the belt
Back
on the southbound side of
Beltway.
Post Oak.
All right, let's see what he does here.
At this intersection.
He's probably going to go left or make another U-turn.
Nope, came back up.
There he is.
Okay.
All right, now this is the fourth time he's done this. Now he's going into the same gas station, and let's see what he does here. This is the gas station that he went into earlier.
And he's stopping here.
Okay, now he's stopped. And now police are out. Now he's boxed in, and now he's crawling to the ground and hands on the ground. Spread eagle, and guns drawn, of course, as a precaution, and that's the protocol for this type of situation. But he is clearly on the ground, making himself seen by everyone that he is clearly giving up. But the guns are drawn and all the police officers' vehicles around there. Now he's getting back up with he's probably ordered to get back up on his knees with his hands behind his head.
See the police dog there. So the end of this relatively slow speed chase that lasted a little over 20 minutes started at South Braeswood and ended here at this gas station. Not sure the name of this street here, but it is along.
That's Post Oak.
Post Oak.
That's Post Oak and the Beltway is where we at, and the feeder. This would be the north feeder, south Beltway.
See him backing up there as police, I suppose, they're giving him orders there, and now being taken into custody.